and welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for joining me again today. But if you're new, I am Sam and I do all things Disney. So if you love Disney just as much as I do, then please consider subscribing to the channel, join in my Disney community. I would absolutely love for you to stick around. So if you have actually clicked on this video, you more than likely want to know what is the true cost to go to Walt Disney World in Florida, and if you are a family, how much will you be looking at? So these costs are going to be purely for the holiday. So this is going to be your hotel, your park tickets, your flights if you are coming from the UK. I am UK based, and all of those little extras, so parking and all of that. And please stay to the end of this video because I am going to be telling you the true cost of how much it tallies up to and how much have I actually spent on our next Florida trip. If you don't know and you're new here, me and my family, there's me, my husband and my 3 children, we're going to Walt Disney World for 10 days, 9 nights in Walt Disney World Art of Animation, and we're going for October 2022. And I just thought it'd be a really good idea to get these figures out there for you if you are not sure how much you'll be looking at as a family. Obviously, if you've got more children or less children, this price will fluctuate. Also, here in the UK, our cost of living has gone up massively. So this price will differ as well. So please take that into consideration as well, that these prices do fluctuate, the park tickets fluctuate, and massively your travel. So when it comes to your flight tickets, they are going to fluctuate. But this is just going to give you an idea on how much roughly you're going to have to save and get in that piggy bank before you start looking at any holidays. Okay, so the first thing I really want to put out there first, and that is park tickets. Purely because park tickets can be a massive cost in themselves before you've even paid for your hotel and your flights. Tickets can cost a pretty penny, guys. So the first thing I wanted to share with you is the park tickets and how much they cost me for 2 adults and 3 children. So as you can see, there's a tally just here what I've put up, and for 3 children to go into the parks for 14 nights. Bear in mind, I won't be using 4 of those because we're only there for 10 nights, but that's the cheapest you could get. You could only get a 7-night or a 14-night or a day pass, and you don't want a day pass if you're going for 10 nights. So for 3 children to go to the park for 14 nights, I've got my phone here just to give me some figures, and it is £1,467. Now that in itself is a massive cost, and for 2 adults to go into the parks for 14 days, it is £938. So if you tally that up, that is over nearly £2,500 for a family of 5 to go into the park for 14 days. That is madness. It's absolutely madness. You could go to Spain with that kind of money for a family of 5. That is the true costs on park tickets at the moment in 2022. But all these prices, you also have to take into account as well that I booked this holiday early 2021. So that price may obviously have fluctuated. It may have gone up, guys. So please check whoever you're getting your tickets off of the price they are actually going to be. The next thing I got, and I haven't got any pop-ups here to show you, but I got a £500 charge. I thought this was a bit unfair, crazy, and why are they even doing this to people? Basically, back in 2021, I booked a Walt Disney World holiday with the Disney cruise as well on top of that. So we was going to go into the Walt Disney World parks for, I think it was 7 nights, and then for the extra 3 nights we was going to go on the Disney cruise and have an amazing time there. But then just after, literally a few weeks after I actually initially booked the whole package, Disney announced that if you are wanting to go onto the Disney cruise, you have to be fully vaccinated. That doesn't matter if you're adult or child, you have to be fully vaccinated. So I tallied it up. At the time, they wasn't offering my children vaccinations, and I just didn't know if it was going to go ahead. And we was meant to go August of 2022. My daughter is only just had her second jab. She's only just vaccinated. So I didn't want to take that chance. So I decided I wanted to cancel it or rearrange if I could. I rang Walt Disney Travel Company up, and they says that the only way I could get it off my booking is if I had £500 amendment charge, which it was one of those, take that cut and have that £500 charge, or potentially spend £5,000 on this cruise, and then we still can't go and we will lose the full amount, because we was meant to go the 12th of August and we are now, what, nearly the 30th of July. I would have lost the full cost of the holiday, of the cruise. So I took that kind of crazy decision that I was just going to take the £500 charge and then just live with it, because I just didn't want that hanging over my head, that if my child was not going to be vaccinated in time, would she been vaccinated? Because don't you need 7 days? I think you need 7 days before you can actually travel on the Disney cruise after you're fully vaccinated. And would a vaccination proof even be on the system in time? We don't know. It would have been a massive stress for me and my family, so we decided just to cut our losses, take the £500 charge. So that is also on my booking as well. So please take that off the booking if you are wanting to go on these kind of prices. So the next thing we're going to be talking about is flights. Yes, guys, flights. Flights are expensive in themselves. If you are having to travel from the UK, there's a lot of people on my channel who are from the UK, and if you are wanting to go on a Walt Disney trip, you're gonna have to fly. You can't swim, unfortunately. So the full costs of my flight was £5,900 and what was it? £5,998. That was for 2 adults, 3 children. But my oldest is 14, so we was classed as an adult on the plane. So 3 adults, 2 children in just normal comedy class. There was no trims about it. There is no going to business class of that. That is standard seats, not even extra leg room. So as you can tell, nearly £6,000 of my full cost of the holiday is to do with flights. It's a massive amount of money. For me personally, I would not be able to go on this holiday if it wasn't for me saving for nearly 2 years. There would be absolutely no way for me to do it. Before I even booked the holiday, I saved, and I was still saving to pay it off until this very week. The reason I've done this video is because I've actually paid for the holiday this week, and I thought it'd be a really, really good idea to put the sums out there of how much it does truly cost to go on these trips. So yes, you might be a bit shocked that already, without even hotels, we are on what, £8,000 just on park tickets and flights. Okay, so now we're going to be talking about hotels, and I've always wanted to stay in Art of Animation. I've never stayed in Art of Animation, and it just looks so kid friendly. It's got every single character you can desire at the hotel, and I really wanted to take the children. It's been a massive kind of like bucket list for me. I've always wanted to take my kids there. So I thought, right, I'm going to take the plunge and I'm going to book it. If you don't know that Art of Animations is a value resort. There is no deluxe involved or anything. It's purely value resort. It's purely based for families. There's lots of family suites, but Art of Animation, they call it a value, but it is one of the most expensive value resort on Disney property. So just for the hotel for 9 nights, 10 days. So we'll be checking out on our 10th day, and that was £3,500. Yes, guys, £3,500 for 9 nights. Now, if you put that into perspective, that is the most cheapest thing out of the whole holiday, in my opinion. Especially if you're going to Art of Animation as well. If you are going to a deluxe resort, obviously you're going to be spending a heck of a lot more money than that. But for a family, £3,500 doesn't seem too bad. If you haven't got to fly and you've got an annual pass, that can be more cost effective, that you've only got to get your hotels. But for those who are going from the UK and they haven't got an annual pass, like me and my family, having your flights, having your hotel and the park tickets on top of that, it all mounts up, guys, and that is a massive amount of money. You've also got on my booking the Magical Express, which is £0. You do get that included in your staying on site. We've also got a Magic Maker for all of us, and that is also within the price of your hotel. So that is £0. We also got a Shop Disney discount code, which I've already used, and that came in with the price as well. So that was £0. So yes, that was all of my booking, and I also had a discount of £108, which I haven't really saved anything because I got a £500 charge. So I haven't saved anything of that really. If I didn't get that £500 charge, things would have been obviously a lot different. But because I didn't want to take that chance and my daughter not being vaccinated and then I lose the full cost of the cruise. I didn't want to risk that, and I'd imagine a lot of other people wouldn't want to risk that. But I think there'd be a lot more people in my position as well, where they booked their Disney cruise and then realised that you had to obviously be vaccinated and then their children wasn't. It's been a stress. It's been stress. I've had to change this holiday as well 4 times throughout the pandemic. I've had to cancel, rebooked, cancelled, rebooked. When I booked this early 2021, obviously I booked it with the cruise, and then that had to be changed again. It has been very stressful and very, very costly. So yes, that was the true booking bits, what I've actually paid up right now. But also I want to take into account the little bits you will be paying as well. And the next thing I'm wanting to share with you, and that is travel insurance. Yet again, if you are going overseas anywhere, getting holiday insurance, you have to take into consideration. My daughter is cardiac. So cardiac, she's got really a heart problem, basically, if you don't know what cardiac means. And to take her to Florida is very, very expensive. I can be paying over £400 just to cover her to go to Florida. A lot of people do have like an annual insurance with their bank or with the post office or all of that. But for me and my daughter's heart condition, nobody will cover her in that sense. And if they do, they want a massive amount of money per month off me to do so. So we don't actually have an annual travel insurance. So every time we go away, I have to buy it kind of individually. So yes, that is another thing you have to take into consideration. If you haven't got any underlying conditions, you will get it a lot cheaper. But if you have, you have to take that into consideration, that you need to tally it up into your budget, because that can be pricey in itself. Get a few quotes see what it's going to be, and then tally that up into everything you're going to be paying out for. The next thing I'm wanting to share with you, if you're going to the airport by car, you're more than likely going to be having to have a car parking space. So the prices they vary from what where you're flying from, how close you want to be to the airport. The further away to the airport, the cheaper it is. So always kind of evaluate as how soon do you want to get to that airport. Do you want to be right next to it, or do you want to be a bit further away? There is collection services, so you can just pull up outside of the airport, somebody will take your car away and they will park it, but obviously they're a little bit more expensive. We normally pay around about 60 to 70 pounds every time we have to park into the airport car parks. We normally just go into the multi-story one when we go to Manchester. So yes, and we always seem to fly from Manchester anyway. I didn't tell you that our flights is actually from Manchester, and they're with Aer Lingus, I think it is, Aer Lingus. So yes, I didn't tell you that in the flights, who my flights are from. So yes, that is all of that costs. The next thing I'm wanting to share with you, and that is, once you get to Florida, you need to figure out how you're getting to Disney World. Is it going to be using the taxi service? Is it going to be the Uber service? Is it going to be their coach service? There is lots and lots of choices on different kinds of transport you can get. They did used to have the Magical Express. But now that is actually gone, and it is called, starts with an L, can't remember what it's called now, but if you have a look online you will find it, and you can pay a price and they will take you to Florida, they'll take you to Walt Disney World, and they'll bring you back after your stay. But I'm going to be using Uber for when we do get off the plane. I just find it so much easier. You go straight to the taxi rank. You can call for an Uber if you want to, or you can use their taxis. I've always tended to get an Uber because it seems to be a lot cheaper than actually using their taxis to get to Florida, to get to Walt Disney World. So yes, you always need to take into account that how are you going to be getting from the airport to your resort. But as I speak this week, I've actually paid our Florida holiday off. The full cost was over £11,000, and I did that over 18 months. It wasn't easy, you know, I had to sacrifice a lot to do this, but I've done it, and I'm so proud of me and my family. So yes, that is everything I've got to share with you. My next video is going to be how to save for your Walt Disney World trip. So if you've been tallying this all up in your notebook and thinking, oh my goodness, how the hell am I going to pay for these, then don't worry guys, because my next video is going to be how I've actually saved for this. Just an average family with an average income, how am I saving for this Walt Disney trip, and how have I managed to pay it off within 18 months. So if you're wanting to know all the information, please make sure you are subscribed and you've got the notification bell in so you don't miss out on any other content. And the next video, like I said, is going to be giving you some tips on how to save for this massive amount of money trip. And yes, I hope you enjoyed this video. Remember, if you liked it, give me a big thumbs up. It really helps to find other people on YouTube. And I hope that you will continue to watch these videos. So guys, that's all I've got for you. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.